Hello, dear Aquarians. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, and I am bringing you your July 2021 horoscope. Whew, are you ready? I think July is going to be so cool for you. Why? Because even though, yes, we have a Mars-Saturn opposition just as we start the month, we have a Mars-Uranus square also at the beginning of the month, and a Sun Chiron square at the beginning of the month. So this first week of July, pretty intense. However, it's a really cool intensity for you to be able to go deeper, work through anything that you need to refine about yourself so that you can then show up in an even greater way for those that you care about, for your beloveds, the ones you're in relationship with. Why do I say that? Saturn is, of course, crossing your first house. This is if you have Aquarius rising, but it also affects your sun and your moon sign. So you've got Saturn sitting here, putting some pressure, making sure you play by the rules, restricting some of the movement and the way maybe you express yourself, or in how you get some of the things that you want out of life. However, with Mars opposing Saturn in your seventh house, this is where you can drive your relationship. You can fight for the ones that you care about, but also it gives you a chance to be able to leverage the people you're connected to, the people you're in partnership with, so that you can get things done. It may not always be about you having to be the one to do it all. And so here comes the Mars squaring off with your ruler Uranus on the 3rd of July in your 4th house, and Mars again in your 7th. This creates a natural kind of tension point, a challenge, if you will. But what I love about this is that it can give you this sudden opportunity within the roots, the foundation of who you are, to be able to go, aha, now I know what I need in order to make something happen in my relationships, in my partnerships, in the way in which I am connecting with others. The other thing that this can do is it can stir up, now that Mercury is direct, it can stir up some decisions or some conversation about something that you may have held off on, or you may have been consternated about. You may find yourself frustrated, angry, fighting to get answers that you didn't have and that you feel like you need in order to have this relationship feel really good. This isn't just personal, it could be professional as well. Some of you may be waiting on a phone call so that you can advance your career, or you're waiting on information to come in. You're sort of restricted by that Saturn transit right now, where you're at the mercy of somebody else and you can't control that. But what can happen, especially with the sun squaring off with Chiron on July 4th in your 6th and 3rd house, is that it can give you opportunities to really heal some of yourself, some of the communication piece. Gives you a chance that if you feel this tension at the beginning of the month or the beginning of that first week of July, that you can keep talking through, keep the field of discussion open. What do I mean by that? Ask really good open-ended questions. Don't take no as an answer, but try not to push too hard at first, and then use this next week of July. We have a new moon in Cancer that's in your 6th house on July 9th. And that gives you an opportunity to be able to look at your daily routines, to be able, now that you maybe have some new information from those that you are partnered with or wanting to partner with, that now you can go into this really kind, nurturing kind of place. Now, granted, the sun isn't as thrilled about 6th house as let's say Mars would be, or Saturn even, but what you can find is that now Mercury's out of shadow, more flow, more communication can happen, more integration. That's the thing about the new moon that I love. It's like integrating what we need and what our strength and energy is, our sense of purpose. They can come together. And in the 6th house, it's like what I really need in order to be the best version of myself in a healthy way. It gives me answers. It gives me opportunity for self-care, for love, for radical acceptance and to nurture not only myself, but maybe I need to look at my routines and I need to look at my daily tasks and rituals in a way that needs to be shifted so that it's more nurturing for what I desire, what I ultimately want for the best version of me. Now, Mercury is entering Cancer on July 11th, and it's going to make a beautiful trine to Pisces. This is affecting your sixth and second house. And this is most likely going to be around your income. It's going to be about your values, your possessions, and that there could be this wonderful idea, flow, natural conversation that happens around, hey, if I take this new job, or if I decide I want to partner with you if you're dating, or if I decide that, because this is a decision kind of thing, I need to make sure that I have all the pieces in place. I want to have this wonderful compassion and this healing. I would say, especially if you are in the healing industry of some sort, this is a great time to increase those funds, to increase those clients, to offer your gifts in a very, it's almost like a routine kind of way. It also can bode well for those of you who are looking at it from a relationship standpoint, where you can be very kind and compassionate and nurturing with someone who you are connected to, that says, hey, what I value most right now is a deeper conversation. Or what I value most, because we're working with second house, is I want you to buy me gifts. This is a great love language. Some of you are familiar with the 5 love languages. This is a great time to explore that, express it, get to know somebody if you just started dating, or if you're with someone in a bonded relationship, gives you a chance to kind of explore that and go deeper and express it in that way. We have, speaking of expressions, we have Venus and Mars canoodling in Leo in your 7th house. Again, more activation with your relationships and partnerships. So on a personal level, if there is a person that you have your eye on, or you've been dating a while, or that you're wanting to attract, then this is a beautiful opportunity for you to get some attention, for you to shine. You may find yourself really fighting for a relationship. If you've had issues within a relationship, this gives you an opportunity to fight for some peace and balance and harmony. But remember, we can't have peace if we don't have war, right? So there has to be something to be at peace about. So if you are working with somebody or partnered with somebody in some way, emotionally, whatever it might be, romantically, and you haven't been able to get things solidified or things done in a way that you wanted to, you're not able, things maybe got too serious, I would say by July 13th and then moving into the next half of July, it should feel fun. It should feel expressive. It should give you a chance to be able to lead, and also initiate, have the confidence to initiate conversation, initiate, hey, you're the person I want to get to know, or you're the person that I want to actually physically be around, right? Some of you have been separated from your beloved. Now is an opportunity where you start talking, making plans, and even taking action on getting together. We have on July 22nd, the sun moving into Leo, further emphasizing the 7th house. You are the cosmic lover right now. So if there have been any issues with your relationships, your dynamics, personal or professional, Venus moving into Virgo on the same day as the sun moves into Leo, then you have a chance to be able to improve that intimacy. You get a chance to be able to look at, what is intimacy with this individual? What is intimacy with this business partner? What is intimacy with life in general, with myself? And how do we improve it? And how can we use it to add more value to the relationships that I'm engaging in? And so this could also find you with an Aquarius full moon. So this full moon, July 24th, is in your sign. This could also find you releasing and letting go of anybody who doesn't bring out the best in you, anybody who is draining on your energy or isn't showing up in a way that feels equal, balanced, fair, whatever it might be that you need when it comes to the relationship piece. This is also, because this full moon is in your first house, this also means that you may let go of how you once viewed yourself and then how you want others to see you. This presentation that you put together, you may have a new look. You may even just say, energetically feel different, which makes you express yourself differently, and others line up. Mercury will be trining Neptune on this full moon, giving you a chance to be able to travel long distances, have conversation with people far and wide. It also gives you a chance to be able to receive higher wisdom, hope, and faith that, yeah, these certain things in my life are actually going to manifest. It's more of a talk than it is of a concrete action. However, I will offer that some of you Aquarians, it doesn't apply to everybody. Some of you Aquarians will be leaving a particular role, and you will then give your notice around this time. And it should be a wonderful opportunity for you to be to offer, hey, I want to transition out of this role and I want to go into the next one. And how do we do it in a way that feels good for all of us involved? This has a big emphasis on second house. So I would say that it has a lot more to do with your income, and you maybe taking on a new role, that sort of thing. So you're letting go of the old role, stepping into a new one. It may also have you gathering enough information to make an educated decision so that your plan moving forward is set in stone, or at least it's organized in a way that feels good to you. Mercury moves into Leo, further emphasizing the seventh house. That's on July 28th. And Jupiter retrogrades back into your sign of Aquarius on that day, giving you a chance to revisit some of your relationship stuff, some of the ways in which you uniquely express yourself in a relationship, because God forbid you get lost inside of that, right? And so that may be some things that you're working with, is that you're able to say, wait a minute, I know my worth. And my worth is not based on what someone else may think of me. And my worth is based on what I give in relationship. And Jupiter coming back to that first house can have you revisiting some things that you may have been walking through at the beginning of the year, some ideas, some concrete thought processes, maybe some desires and things that you had there that maybe got put on hold. And now you're looking at, hey, here's the information. It's going to start flowing again. Decisions can start getting made again. It's more internal, but you should get some external situations, information that help to support your decision-making process as you start moving forward again this year. I would also offer that some of you Aquarians will get news or somebody from the past coming back during this time to ask for your help, or to see if you want to work with them, or if I really get a lot of friendships maybe coming back that you maybe have dismissed already. They're going to come back for more attention. The other thing you do have to watch for, of course, when Jupiter is in our sign, is that it expands and it makes things a lot more extravagant. There's also opportunities here. So do watch for any sort of overindulgence when it comes to maybe how you express yourself, because that could get overwhelming for some people. If you're going to, say, a job interview, you want to present yourself as confident, but not cocky, right? All right, so we've got Mars moving into Virgo in your 8th house, July 3rd. That's at the end of the month. We'll talk more about it in August. However, it's good to note, because you're going to feel some of that energy towards that end of July as Mars makes its way into Virgo. And that's going to have you fighting for something around anything you're passionate about, right? And it's going to have you really desiring deeper intimacy and how to improve. Maybe you're improving the way you have sex. Maybe you improve the way in which you are spending time and connecting and being fully present with somebody. You're also most likely going to be fighting to get more intimacy. And what does that really mean? So again, remember that you've got Venus in Virgo on the 22nd. So you're going to get a week or so to play with this. I'm going to attract opportunities to be of service, looking at my 8th house, looking at the intimacies and looking at inheritance, looking at how I manage, joint resources and add more value. And how do I improve that process? And then here comes Mars, further energizing this need for improvement. What we want to be careful of is when Mars, this god of war, comes in, that we're not fighting for the wrong cause, or that we become so critical of everything on such a deep level. We get paranoid, or we start to create suspicion or things like that that really don't exist. So really watch the narratives that start to show up, especially if you're not getting the external validation that you thought you wanted. All right, Aquarians, I certainly hope that this gives you some taste of what the month of July holds for you. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Find me at jamiedawn.com. I want to know how you're doing, and I look forward to supporting and connecting you however I can. All right, Aquarians, have a great month.